Hello and welcome to my review of the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines Primaris Captain. He's included in this box set right here. You may have heard of it. It's the Indomitus box set, and it was to coincide with the release of the 9th edition of Warhammer 40,000. Currently the only way of getting him is through the box set. If you type in Primaris Captain into the Games Workshop web store, it will give you two results. It will give you this Primaris Captain, which has been, nearly dropped him, which has been around for a few years now, and it will also give you this Primaris Captain in Phobos armour. They're the only two. So there's still only two captains that you can get from the store. However, there are actually 6 in total now, including this one that you see right here. I'll show you the others, the other 5, later on, so stay tuned for them. So the point I'm going to make is really price-wise. I would love this model to be the same price, the £22.50. However, considering they don't really have any scenic bases, it wouldn't be out of the realms of imagination, unfortunately, that this captain they would try and charge £25 for. If they did charge £25, again, it's not a huge deal, and I do wonder whether they'll actually release him in his own clamshell pack. I think they might do. I've got a feeling that they might do. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the model itself, look at all the detail and things, because there is an awful lot of detail. I'll go through the spare parts, of which there are 4. Then we'll go through the size comparisons. I'll compare them to all the other captains, then I'll compare them to the other Space Marines in the box set. Necron equivalent HQ choices, and finally my usual 3 size comparisons with a normal Primaris, a Legacy Space Marine, and Sly Marbo, because I always just like to throw Sly Marbo in. Let's have a look at the detail. So I'm hoping you can see the detail here. This model has bags of it. There's all kinds of 3D detailing things awarded by this Storm Shield, massive Storm Shield. Size comparison incoming. It's basically taller than a Space Marine, this shield. It's, yeah, immense. I love the fact that it's got like a full skeleton on it as well. I'm not sure how that's still there or holding up, or how it's still, you know, intact. You know, this is a shield at the end of the day. You've also got this, I say optional, you don't have to put this dead Necron on his base. You've got a second option for the base. You know, you don't have to have this one here if you think that there's too much going on, which I understand. Again, you don't have to have this fully encompassed detailed base either. You can have like a half a base without that corpse. So yeah, you can tone it down. I've gone for like the most extreme version I can. I wanted as much detail as possible. I've even got the detail with the part of the helmet grill opened. There's so many detail when you look into it. You've got these big belt buckle things, you've got kind of a cloak thing going on, you've got purity seals everywhere, on the shield as well. You've got this big sword, and I love the fact that the grip is large and it's got these spikes on the power sword, so we haven't really seen one of these swords before. You've got the shoulder pauldron. That one's a bit basic, but this one again, something new that we haven't usually seen. We've got a winged skeleton with an iron halo on, and speaking of which, he's got this iron halo thing here. Again, this is something new. One thing I will say about the new Space Marines is they've got probably less mould lines than we've seen recently, especially with like Sisters of Battle, but the mould lines are in a more trickier place. What does that say? What message is that giving? Well, it's giving a message that Games Workshop are working overtime to try and squeeze as much detail as possible into these minis, yeah, it's just the result of that you're getting these mould lines in between the little notches. You know, to make this piece with all that 3D detail and it to be curved as well, it must be, yeah, a right nightmare. Anyway, the power plant has got this Iron Halo skull symbol. You've got this heavy bolt pistol. You've got some more purity seals coming through there. Nothing much else is going on at the rear. And And yeah, some of the detail, and there is a bit of detail on the shield there. You know, you've got something hanging, like a vial or something hanging from his wrist that's wrapped in these purity seals, these scrolls, and you can see where he'd put his hand to grip the shield as well. Yeah, interesting. I love the detail, I love the look. I like these new kind of Black Templar Knight shields and sword Primaris. You know, there's been a huge focus on kind of range weaponry, bolt rifles, plasma incinerators and things for quite some time for Primaris, so it's good to see, you know, a load of close combat reinforcements for them. Okay, so let's have a look at these 4 spare parts. Bit of a plug to my own giveaway, can I do that? Yeah, probably. Anyway, there's the box set. It is sealed. This is the one that I will be giving away. I've already done the giveaway video. Try and find it on the channel. You need to be a subscriber, you need to go over there, like the video and leave a comment of which is your favourite Indomitus model in the set, and then you'll get an automatic entry into the giveaway, which I will be giving in 2 weeks time, 14 days, the 20th. I'm pleased I gave it that much time, because 2 weeks, you know, that'll go by very quick. So make sure you've got your entry in. Obviously, yeah, 1 entry per person. So let's have a look at these spare parts. You get 3 head options. So the one I've gone for with the grill up, you get this one here with the grill down. So standard looking Primaris. He's got this cross there engraved into the helmet. Very Emperor's Champion, Black Templar looking, these Primaris. And then this helmetless head. Unfortunately doesn't come with like an extra little part to put somewhere on him that holds the helmet. I think Primaris were the first to sort of have these helmets, you know, strapped to the sides and things, which was great, because you could actually see that, you know, the sergeant or captain or whatever just taking their helmet off. So yeah, quite a stoic kind of look, stern look. So this head goes very well with that shield as well. And then these are the little sort of scenic bases things. So yeah, you can just opt to have this base and not have anything on there. So if you think that the model is busy already, you can just opt to have that and then have him stood on there. That works fine. Likewise, if you don't want to have the Necron corpse on there, you can just slot that on where the corpse goes, and that makes it, again, a little bit less busy. So it's great that you get options here for the captain. They could have just bundled in this box set. Here's your captain, that's it. But they didn't. They're giving you 3 different looks in terms of heads, and 3 different looks in terms of bases. So a deceptively large number of variation in the HQ model, which you don't get with any of the Necron models, by the way. So it's a good attention to detail. Okay, they're the spare parts. Let's go through some comparisons and size comparisons. So I mentioned that there were a number of captains. There are 5 other captains floating about, Primaris captains. So this is I think it was an anniversary model or a store anniversary. This is a Primaris captain, one of the rare ones with a power fist and a Volkite pistol. Maybe you could call it a Neo Volkite pistol, I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is one of the captains. Obviously looks very small next to this one because he's not on that scenic base, but they work out about the same height. So that's one of the captains. Out of the 5 others, of course, we've seen that one, the Phobos captain, and of course we've seen the regular captain. You will have also seen the Dark Imperium captain in the Gravis armor, or the Prego captain with this big belly. Didn't really do Gravis armor justice. The Eradicators are looking a lot better. The final one is the Dark Angels captain with the power fist and the bolt rifle. I've given him just a normal helmet. But yeah, you can use him as a Primaris captain, no problems whatsoever. So they're all the other 5 captains, and then this now makes it 6. So we've got 6 in total. Of course, nowhere near infringing on the number of lieutenants out in the wild. You may have heard of these lieutenants, I'm not sure, but yeah, there are 1 or 2 out there. My Indomitus Primaris lieutenant videos is going to be an absolute circus of laughs, I can tell you. Anyway, that's the new captain with the older captains. How does he compare to the other models in the set? So we've got the lieutenant, so his right-hand man, Not quite a captain, but yeah, that works well because the captain is obviously taller and you know, stands out a fair bit more than the lieutenant. I don't think the lieutenant stands out that much compared to the normal blade guard. I think the blade guard, I mean this blade guard in particular, is bigger, it's taller, chunkier, but and has got a similar kind of halo thing going on. So that's where he stands. He will stand out, which is great, and you need him to stand out because the Necron HQ choices definitely stand out. How does he compare to the other kind of stranger HQ and elite choices? Well, here is you've got the chaplain on the right there, you've got the ancient, and then you've got the judicia. Again, bigger model, more imposing than all of them, even though this ancient looks really, really tall. I guess it's just the banner he's got, but yeah. So there's no fear there of any of your other Primaris models taking the limelight from him. He is the main focus in this Primaris force. Not counting the bikes, obviously he's the largest model for the army. So he's definitely going to be a big centerpiece, which is great. You always want your main HQ to be that, I think, in my opinion. Let's have a look at him compared to the other sort of standard models. So I mentioned the Eradicators. There's an Eradicator. He's even bigger than one of those, even though he's not in Gravis armor. And then this is the Assault Intercessor Sergeant. Yeah, so has more presence than those. And the bike, which is looking quite slim. Very, very long wheelbase there. Very slim-lined, slimmer than I thought it would be, but that gives you an idea. Okay, I just want to compare him to my normal 3 models, and then I'll give a quick comparison with the Necrons. So here are my usual models. So you always got a Primaris on the right and a Legacy Space Marine on the left, and then Sly Marbo is looking absolutely tiny. Could that be Sly Marbo's skeleton? Yeah, probably about the same size or so, but yeah, it's giving you an idea there of just how much taller this guy is. It's crazy, even next to a normal Primaris. Yeah, just a bit bigger, but it's that scenic base, that extra few centimeters or so makes all the difference. So that's what he looks like compared to them. They're really making the Legacy Space Marines redundant now, even the ones on the slightly bigger bases. Yeah, making them look very tiny, almost like Imperial Guard or so. So compared to the Necrons then, I've just got a couple of Necron HQs. I thought it'd be worth me doing that. So I've got the Skorpekh Lord and the Overlord. The Overlord, he's not really on a scenic base, but he's shorter than the Captain. He is. His hyperphase glaive definitely is taller than the Captain, but I mean, if he was on the same scenic base, then he would be taller, look. So still an imposing figure. Don't let the Captain sort of shrink his intimidation factor. The Necron HQ is still pretty intimidating and impressive, and then this guy, the other one, is, yeah, insanely so. Way bigger than the Captain even, and much more of a presence. Yeah, just lacking a bit more of a scenic base, I guess, for this one. But yeah, that's how he sort of measures up next to the other Necron models. So now what I will do is go through the rules for the Primaris Captain. Unfortunately, the Edge of Silence supplement that comes with the set doesn't include any of the match play points cost, and that was a bit of a letdown. They could have done it. Clearly there's been a lot of work gone into this set and into 9th edition. They've only supplied the PowerPoint costs. But judging by the PowerPoint cost, we can safely say that this Captain's going to cost a similar amount to a normal Primaris Captain in your codex. Now the new codex comes out in probably less than 2 months, in October. So we won't have too long to wait before we can actually attribute official points costs, official match play points costs to him. And if we were going to do that at the moment in the current codex, the 2019 codex, Primaris Captain is 78 points. I don't know how much the Relic Shield is going to cost. It's a pretty decent buff, so I'd expect it would cost, you know, no less than 20 points, maybe 30 points, and we'll go through that in a moment. The actual stat line for him is exactly the same as in the Space Marine Codex, so you don't need to worry about that. Let's go through his profile then. So as I've already mentioned, he's a power points cost of a 5. His movement is 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill both 2+, strength 4, toughness 4, 6 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 9 and a save of 3+. That beats the lieutenant because he's got 1 extra wound than the lieutenant and 1 extra attack than the lieutenant and a better leadership. The model is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol, master crafted power sword, frag grenades, crack grenades and a relic shield. So the heavy bolt pistol, we might as well go through these Primaris weapons because it can be a bit of a while between Primaris reviews on this channel. So the heavy bolt pistol is a range of 18 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, AP -1 and a damage of 1. Very decent. It's a nice 18-inch range, it's got that AP -1. The Mastercrafted Power Sword, it's a melee weapon, it's a strength +1, so that's a strength 5, AP -3 and a damage of 2. It's nice that it's a damage of 2. Frag grenades and crack grenades work as normal, but what does this relic shield do? Well, it's different compared to a storm shield, and I think one of the reasons behind that is because the captain already has an iron halo. A normal storm shield would give the bearer a 4+ invulnerable save and improve the bearer's save characteristic by 1. This relic shield, each time a bearer suffers a mortal wound, you roll 1d6. On a 4+, that mortal wound is ignored, and improve the bearer's save characteristic by 1. Now, it doesn't specifically say improve the bearer's invulnerable save characteristic by 1, so I think it is just the save of 3+ now becomes a save of 2+. He's got his 4+ because of the invulnerable save, he's got a 4+ invulnerable because of the iron halo, and then on top of that, he's got a 50-50 chance of ignoring those mortal wounds. Pretty decent. So very survivable, and he's got those 6 wounds. The only thing he's lacking, I would have said, was the strength, but his power sword buffs that. So the only thing he's really lacking is just the toughness and any kind of semi-decent range weapon. Abilities, Angels of Death, and then Rites of Battle. Reroll hit rolls for 1 for attacks made by models in friendly chapter units whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. So you really got to get your chapter units within 6 inches of him. And then Iron Halo, which I've already explained, gives him a 4+ invulnerable. Keywords, Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Infantry, Character, Primaris and Captain. So how does he compare to a Lieutenant, or even a Chaplain for that matter? Because they're the other 2 HQ choices that you could pick, which are cheaper, but you typically get what you pay for. I mean, the current Primaris Lieutenant in the box set does have a better range weapon. The Neo Volkite pistol is, well, it's a little bit shorter range at 15 inches, but you're getting 2 shots at a better strength, more damage, and on wound rolls of 6s, you get mortal wounds. The AP is 0 though, unfortunately, but that's still a better weapon. And instead of the reroll in the hit rolls, you get to reroll the wound rolls. You are getting 1 less wound though, and 1 less attack and a worse leadership. But still, Lieutenants are very, very decent. The Chaplain, on the other hand, he is a priest, so he does know a Litany of Hate and 1 litany from Litanies of Battle, so that might be better to buff your units. He has a better pistol called the Absolver Bolt Pistol, which is strength 5 instead of 4, and has damage of 2, but again has 1 wound less and 1 less attack, but a better leadership. It's really strange sometimes when I see you know, other HQ choices which are cheaper in points cost, well, power points cost at least, having better range weapons, the main more expensive Captain, I guess. But it's nice that the other HQ choices are very strong. And that's it for my review of the Primaris Captain. It's a bit of a long one today, but I wanted to do him justice. It's my first Indomitus model review, so please go easy on me. It's not my first Warhammer 40,000 review though, so you don't need to hold back too much. There's going to be plenty more. What do you guys think of the Captain? Do you think it's too much going on? Do you think he's too busy? Do you think he should have been given a better range weapon? Or do you think this works? Are you a big fan of these big relic shields or storm shields and power swords? And if so, with a movement of 6 inches, what's your optimal transport to put them in? There's no doubt they're survivable with those storm shields and relic shields, but to make the best use of them, you really want a strong armoured delivery method. I could see these being transported in reports for executioners, maybe even impulsors. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.